Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Whenever you're seeing this video, how are you today? My name is Sonja Marie with Word Life Astrology, here to give you some astrological information and spiritual understanding regarding what's going on this particular week. For those of you who do not know and you're new, thank you for stopping on in and checking out a sister in the community that is in tow as I wave hello. What's happening, everybody? Coming on into Instagram. Thank you for being here. And if you're returning, hello, and thank you for being here. Same message. But more than anything, thank you for coming back because that means I'm doing my job. I really, really, really do appreciate that. Please find a comfortable seat or, get comfortable, put some little earbuds on, whatever you want to hear, however you want to hear this. As I give a few announcements, please let me remind you, for anybody that's new and anybody that's confused, is that my weekly rundowns, these things that I give every Monday at 12 p.m. roundabout, depending on what's going on in a girl's life, they are reading the transit chart. Transit charts in astrology is the now chart, the current chart. And astrologers have charts up until ephemeruses go up to, gosh, year 3200. Like for real, you can see where the planets and asteroids are going to be in placement because they all just go in this particular rhythm. And you devise the rhythm by looking to see what sign they're in, what degrees they're at, so on and so forth. It's incredibly mathematical. I digress and I'm getting off topic. The point of the matter is that I'm here per spirit and your ancestors and mine to share with you how this foregoing, this information, this energy that's coming in this week can assist us. Now, would it be specific to you and what you got going on? Maybe, maybe not. But to be truthful with you, this is like reading the transit charts is like telling everybody wherever you are, right? It's gonna rain, and it absolutely rains. So what do? You go outside with no umbrella. You go outside naked. You go outside with a rain jacket, with tote boots or whatever you call them, rain boots or whatever. The bottom line is, how do you prepare for the rain? How do you prepare for the sunshine? How do you prepare for what's expected in this particular transit chart? I always want to do my best to make this as simple as possible. And oftentimes I give a lot of astrological information because I get way too excited and the teacher in me kicks in. So this week I'm going to do my best to kind of curtail it a little bit, kind of go back to the reason why I started doing lives in the first place this go around. It's just to get tidbits of information. However, I do encourage you to ask as many questions as you want. Please make the questions viable and necessary for the entire crew, you dig, for the entire community. Oftentimes people like to solicit a short little read or something for free, that is, and ask questions about their chart. It's real difficult to do that, y'all. It's real difficult to do that because I can't see your chart and I don't know what's going on in your life. However, for those that have been on here, do realize that sometimes people's people on the other side can be quite bullying, and they kind of push through with information that they need for me to share. And I have to be diligent and reverent to what it is that's coming through. Those are the only times in which I get somewhat specific, okay? I just wanted to say that thing, do a little bit of house cleaning, you know what I mean? There's a couple of announcements that I have been announcing, and I'm telling you, y'all, I'm about to get really, really busy. I can feel it in my bones. So if you want to get this information, a little bit more directly, go to my website and subscribe to my email newsletter, in which I will be sending all of the messages to, because sometimes this algorithm gets a little off. My website is wordlifeastrology.com. Again, wordlifeastrology.com. Go to the bottom of the page and say you want to subscribe. And I usually give like about one or two emails a month. I can't stand a whole bunch of just random emails, so I'm not going to do that to you. Okay, but I will keep you personally up to date through your email, right? Of what's going on with me, and so on and so forth. But let me give you a quick little rundown on what's happening, and then we're going to jump right into it. Hence me trying to talk as fast as possible and sip this little bit of tea I got going on. And if you didn't know, I'm a Cancer. All the Cancers out there, our day is coming up. Our solar return is about to happen. But happy birthday and happy, much love and happy solar return to all the Tauruses out there. That's for sure. Is this Taurus season? And manifest that thing. So May 1st, I'm doing this wonderful hosting event with a sister by the name of Empress. Please go to my stories and check that out if you want to come down to Redondo Beach. Listen to the soft sounds and beautiful music of Deja Gomez and also Lizzie, good God, please forgive me. Lizzie, who's a rapper, but she's absolutely positive in her own right. I'm sure y'all heard some of her songs. She's just dope. I'm going to be hosting it again, announcing people. We're doing sound baths. There's a panel. There's massages. It's like a small little marketplace. It's some really good, juicy things. All talking about the socio-economical development of our people, of our neighborhoods, of our community. It's just going to be wonderful. At the very least, get in contact with some folks that you haven't seen in a while, or put yourself out there and gravitate towards some new friends, some new sisters, some new brothers who can basically connect with you in the tribe that you are making. On May 14th, I'll be at the world stage as a featured poet. Yep, on Degnan Street in Lemert Park. I would love for you to come out. I believe the doors open at 6 or 7. I have a flyer on my page somewhere. Please come. It's green and white. Please come and check me out if you'd like. If you can't do that, come on June 1st. Girls got things going on. At the Del Monte, I'm doing a summer residency per my girl and her husband, Nettie and Louie Ryan, at the Del Monte, June 1st, July 6th, and August 10th. On June 1st, Fanny Franklin will be with me, and on July 6th, Cody Chestnut will be with me. August 10th, I haven't decided on who's going to play with me, but I have something really special in mind, so I'll wait to solidify that before I announce it, okay? You might want to get your tickets now. Like, don't be that last minute person, please, and very please, and have to wait outside because it's sold out. The tickets are only 12 something, y'all. So y'all can go to the link in my bio here on IG, but also the bottom in the description box below the video. Click the link and just purchase the ticket. There's only like about 180 comfortably we can fit in there. It goes up to 225, but I'll be truthful with you. I don't think they're gonna try to pack it out like that. So get your tickets now. Buy a few for you and your friends, and then ask somebody to go. All right? Okay. Is that enough? Advertisements for sonjamarie.com? No, I'm just joking. What's happening, everybody? Now I can come out of professional mode and say what's going on to the folks as you ride on in here. Sexy Overdrive is up in the place. Pivot. Lover 24, what's happening with you? And Christina 7778. Al, you know I was born 7770. Oh, but you got a longer number after that. Ooh, 777888777. Get it, girl, with all them sevens. What's happening? Bella means beautiful. It's so good to see your name up there too. Trail is here. Rabbi Rob. What up, homie? What's going on? Hi, Mary. Polish my pearl. Lydia is here. And Miss Irene, we missed you on Thursday. Did you get the video? I swear I was like, something is not right. Miss Irene is not in the village today. But we hope you had a good time with your cutie pie. Miss Irene, get it. Judy is here. What up, neighbor? How are you? Christy is here, and Kim is here. Sweet Tea is here. Catherine Millett is here. Hello, and I'm so glad that y'all are here. What happened this weekend? Kimberly Offord, you in the place to be too. What up, cutie pie? What happened this weekend? Tell us, tell me. I may not be able to read it all, but how was your weekend? And the reason why I'm so emphatic about asking y'all this, again, if you haven't heard me say this, I'm a crab, I'm a Cancer, per the cup. And I like to step back every now and again in order to move forward. So, how was this manifesting weekend for you? Hi, Raisa. I'm so happy you here, Kimberly. I'm so happy, so happy. How was this weekend for you? I mean, for some, it may have been a little bit interesting. Taurus, squares, Aquarius, and Leo. So, did that new moon throw you off in Taurus? Taurus, squares, Aquarius, and Leo. Yes, I said that right. So how did that work out for you? Or did you manifest some things? Again, let's talk about it. I'd like to check up to see how it worked out. Was it good, so Eunice? No, she says it was amazing. I'm so glad to hear that. Yes, 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 yes. This weekend for me, I did a lot of goings out to the point, y'all, to be really, really honest with you, I'm tired as hell today. I'm not even gonna lie. It's the tea giving me the energy. That's for ding dong damn sure. But I swear I want to lay down on that couch over there and go to sleep for another 2 hours with my eyes open because I really can't take a nap. But the bottom line is, I worked it. I worked it. I worked that new moon energy that was coming in. Being that it was in Taurus, as I explained to y'all last week, it helped to manifest some things, some new things coming into your life, be it possessions, be it money, be it a new way of eating, a new regimen, a new eating regimen. Like, how did it all play out for you? Please share with the community here. Please share with me. And if you have a question, or if you'd like me to read your statement, put a whole bunch of question marks or exclamation points behind your sentence so I can see it. Okay, I'm a little visually challenged. I'd appreciate that. And the reason why I really ask that, because that brings me into the flow of this week. Sexy Overdrive says she cleaned. Yes. How much you charge? You want to come to my house? Please come to my house. I need to do that. And that helps. I was about to go down my whole astrological head, but Taurus energy loves to be, if not organized, pragmatic, and step by step getting things in order for you to move forward. So that's where that is, Sexy Overdrive. If there's anybody else that was cleaning, you were preparing the nest. That's what that looks like for the new quality, the new ways of living to come on in for you. But again, the real reason why I'm bringing it up, I entitled this week's rundown, The New Moon Hangover. Did you catch a glimpse of that? Did you catch a glimpse of that title? The New Moon Hangover. Why? Because that new moon did its best. Oh, definitely Virgos. That new moon did its best to offer us up new ideas of things, new ways of being, new connections, all the things that I just said, right? Possessions, even. But there was some gnarly ass squares to it. One being to Mars, which is Leo, which is in Leo, and one being in Pluto, which is in Aquarius. Mystic, no, mama, no, thank you. Excuse me. And those squares kind of did its best. And again, please admit it, if it ran out for you like this, please admit that to us. Like, let's talk. It did its best, those squares, which means challenges and like blockages to this new energy. It did its best to stand off that new energy that wanted to come in. Did anybody feel that? Example, you knew there was a new opportunity for you to, I don't know, work at Nordstrom's. And then all of a sudden you say, I filled out the application and the job comes through. You get the job at Nordstrom's, but then the manager says, but you won't be working in the perfume section that you wanted to. Expectations. Mars and Leo deals with expectations. You won't be able to work in the perfume shop that you wanted to. We're going to have you on boxes in the back for the first 2 months. Wait, what? That's not why I applied for this job. Did anything like that happen to anybody? Anything going up against these new things coming into your life halted because it did not meet your expectations? That's one thing. And then another thing is that Pluto information, these new information, new moon energies, which is still going on right now. That's the real reason why I'm bringing this up. It's still happening, these new moon vibrations. So I want to know where you're at with it. That new moon was also squaring up against Pluto, squaring up against some power trips, squaring up against the fact that you may not want to transform in the way that you think is the best way to transform. Okay, that can be expectations, but this is different. This is less about expectations, what I expected, and more about what I think is genius. Aquarius thinks it's genius. It is on some level, but it doesn't know everything. We all know that, right? But so the bottom line is that you felt a little stunted. Given with that, staying with that Nordstrom idea, did you feel like your power was stunted when you got that, whatchamacallit, that Nordstrom job? Again, example, and you're in the perfume shop, you're like, I'm smart enough. As a matter of fact, Mr. or Mrs. Manager, I can have your job. So I don't even know if I appreciate and or want these new moon wishes, these new moon ideas, these new moon manifestations, this new job at Nordstrom's. Anybody? Or is it just me? Anybody? Does this make any sense? Does this ring true for anybody? Now, the real reason I'm bringing this up, because we got to trust it. If this falls true for anybody in their expectations, these new information, new opportunities that are coming to you, if you feel like these new opportunities are not necessarily meeting what it is you've been studying, what it is you've been researching, what it is you've been working at, do you feel you deserve more, deserve less, deserve different? That's a real question. Because I also want you to know simultaneously and alongside of that, again, hello, knock on this thing, we are not in control. Even though that square was out there, even though some things might not be in the same color as you wanted, the same size, the same wrapping of a present, or whatever the case may be, it may not meet your expectations. We're not in control of this. Haven't you ever had an opportunity fall into your lap to later find out a year after that, a couple of months after that, maybe even a couple of days or a week? Well, gosh darn, I'm glad I took that offer. I had no idea that it was going to be as grand as this, as dope as this, as open as this, as necessary as this in my life. Have you had that happen to you? We're not talking about the future. We're talking about the past. Has that ever played out for you in any way? Again, you can answer me if it's safe to. If not, try to answer me out loud and I can kind of intuit it, right? But the deal is, I'm sure many of us have it. That is the example. That's the vibration of this new moon. It's weird and it's gnarly. It's gnarly because we are all so ready for change. We are on the brink of it. We are helping to administer change in our own way by putting ourselves in new circles, by taking on these new jobs, by meeting new people, by getting on dating apps. Again, I'm just giving random examples, y'all. By learning how to play the sound bowls, by taking your chance at modeling again at 50 years old. We are all putting ourselves in these new ways of doing things. However, this weekend may have felt stunted because you're like, I didn't see it play out like this in my mind. I didn't see this happen like this. I thought maybe if I do X, Y, and Z, then ABC was going to happen. And it happened like that in 1979. Y'all know we're not in 79 no more. Y'all know we're not in 2005 anymore. Y'all know we are in the new age. So these new blessings, these things that you are cultivating and are manifesting in your lives are bound to look more different than you ever thought. You know why, boo-boos? Because you're different. I mean, talk to yourself. Understand, like, you are different. You've been changing. You've been saying, I'm not putting up with the same X, Y, and Z. I'm going to be disciplined about ABC. I don't want to answer calls like that any longer. I don't want to work with people like that ever again. I will not tolerate assholes. A lot of people tolerate assholes because we feel like, oh, that's on them. And again, these are just examples, y'all. Come up with your own examples in your own life, please, please. But some people are like, we tolerate assholes every now and again. We're like, that's them. But maybe we've gotten to a point, and I'm going to speak for myself. This is a definite example out of my life. I just don't want to be around assholes. I don't want to be around people that are just mean for no reason, who are just mean girls, who mean guys, who feel like they get their power from having one up on somebody. I don't have time for that. That whole mental acrobatics thing, and we all fucked up. We all trying to get better. For somebody to pretend that they are bigger and better than the next is a waste of time and energy. So I said, I'm done with assholes. I'm just done with assholes. So again, these new opportunities that are coming look like your future self. You dig? So there's a part of you, that expectation that's holding on because you think possibly maybe it should come in the same guise. That same guise from the past is something you don't want any longer, but it absolutely makes you comfortable. Can you admit that? It absolutely makes you feel less afraid. Can you admit that? So we're at a weird kind of precipice. We're like balancing in this weird personal fulcrum, knowing damn well we want the new, but we're like leaning into it like, I don't know. Should I do it? And then want to complain about it again because our expectations are not met. So we use our complaints. We use our complaints. We use our excuses as reasons to back out of it, or as reasons to wait for a new version to come. When God said, no, I'm giving you this version in blue and in pink because this is what's going to bring you to the next level. I'm bringing you this version at Nordstrom's at the perfume counter because that's where you're going to meet your husband. That's where you're going to meet your wife. That's how you're going to get to your next best idea. Trust me. Does that make sense? Are y'all with me? You with it, Rob? Yes. Come on. Thank you, Miss Ivanetta. How you doing, sweet Gemini? You done with the assholes too, Roxy? Goodness gracious. I try to tell you. There was a question over here on IG. Let me not let y'all's comments go too far up before I can get a chance to answer this question. Or was it? Is it gone? Is it gone? Maybe not. If there's a question that somebody had on IG, I do not see it. Please ask it again. It may be covered up by everybody else's comments. And if you're available to switch on over to YouTube, please do that. There's enough room where I can see it. Yeah. So come on over if you want. Sonja Marie's Wordlife Astrology. Okay. We haven't even gotten into the week yet, but I think that's a great little segue to tell you this. First of all, commercial. Thank you. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for your prayers. Oh, thank you, Tamiko. Tamiko said, you look great. Thank you, Tamika. But thank you for your donations and thank you for your prayers. Last week, I felt like, did I bully the people to try to give me some money? I'm not broke, y'all, and I'm not homeless, and I'm not gonna be out on the street. So I thank you for your donations, and I really pray that you don't feel a push in that way. I just love energy exchange, and specifically last week was really challenging in the beginning of the week. So your prayers helped the sister up. I'm just thankful for that. I had to stop, and I'm glad Spirit reminded me to just say, just thank you, just thank you. That's all. Just thank you. Hi, can you tell how my past, present, and future life are going? And also if any girl likes me or what they think about me? No. I'm just going to answer that. No, that's not what we do here. If you would like all of those questions answered, you can always book a reading with me at wordlifeastrology.com/readings. And I can tell you all the things you want to know in 90 minutes. We talk about things with your ancestors and your guides. That's the first tier. The second tier is I go into your natal chart based on your time, your date, and your place of birth. And your third tier, we do a 5-card spread. I don't know if you were facetious in asking this question or you just knew, but the bottom line is that we don't do that type of thing here. So I welcome you to stay and join the community in a real general type of way. But if you want something specific, reach out to a sister. There you go. Anybody else have a question that can benefit the whole community? Sexy override. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I called this week the new moon hangover, because there's some real residual type of things going on. We want these new things to come on through, but again, it's a little bit weird. So who offered up some solace today? Let me tell you. The moon is in Taurus again because we just had that new moon in Taurus. So we're at the last couple of degrees of the moon being in Taurus. Well, that moon in Taurus wants to sextile today, Saturn. Saturn is here to help us out. Have you felt that influence? Saturn is here to whip us into shape. Saturn says, okay, stop your sniveling, stop your crying, stop your excuses, stop your expectations and you being a brat. Stop thinking you know it all and working at Nordstrom's is not going to be the way. Sticking with the example, y'all. Just stop doing that. Saturn says, let me just crack the whip. Saturn says, gain a ritual, gain some discipline. Saturn says, put up the boundaries that you need around yourself in order for you to see how dope an opportunity is. I have an example for that. Have you ever been around some people, some friends, some colleagues or whoever, and you excitedly impart some new information on them, and then all of a sudden, like a freaking tidal wave in Taiwan, here comes all of their fears. Here comes all of their misconceptions of that opportunity that you shared with them. And to be truthful with you, in their mind's eye and in their consciousness, they're helping you out. They're warning you. Cuidado, cuidado. I don't know about working at Nordstrom's. Nordstrom's blew up 2 years ago. It might be another pipe leak in there. Bullshit. Irrational fears sometimes often. Have you ever had that example happen to you? Well, with the moon in Taurus, that new moon energy that's still coming in today is sextile. It's in harmony with Saturn, which deals with, again, boundaries, restrictions, limitations on some things. I'm going to put up my boundaries. I'm only going to express it to a few people because the more people I talk to about it, the more things I hear negatively, or I see the fears or hear the fears, and everybody else is trying to chime in and what they think is good or bad. I need boundaries. That's Saturn. Thanks, Saturn, for that. If you need to work through those fears, like I was expressing to a sister friend of mine yesterday, I said, sometimes it is about you stopping yourself. This is Saturn. Sometimes it is about you stopping yourself in the middle of a sentence. As soon as some fears creep up on you, have you ever felt that, y'all? Have you felt fear enter your body? Have you felt the fear freaking hormones and coming from the endocrine system and all the systems in your body, the glandular system going, fear, 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 fear. But have you felt it grow in your body and know damn well don't have nothing to do with nobody around you? The wind didn't change. Nobody walked past you. Nobody did. It's you. In that middle of that fear, that inner freak out is what Saturn is saying. Yo, grab some discipline and tell yourself different. I'm going to be a winner at Nordstrom's. I'm going to be a winner at Nordstrom's. I don't care where I work. They're going to love me at Nordstrom's. I'm going to be manager. I'm going to be manager. I'm going to be manager. I'm manifesting the best. Sometimes we have to throw discipline on a situation that makes us look cuckoo crazy sometimes, that fights against that chemical surge that's coming up in your body, that's helping to change your DNA and your cells to convince you otherwise. Does this make sense to y'all? This is what we call application. This is what we call practicing. You want to come on here, listen to Sonja Marie. You want to listen to whoever you want to listen to on YouTube, on TikTok, read the books you want to read, take workshops, retreats, mentors, and all. None of that is going to help you if you don't apply it. And some of the things some of the applications are as simple as you stopping yourself in the middle of a thought, in the middle of a conversation with you, saying, not today, not today. We're going to do our best. We're going to be the best. That's what Saturn says. Are you quietly enforcing boundaries that were once quite loose? Attain that new attitude. Get that new attitude on you and try to shift the dynamics of that fear coming through your body. Does that make sense to you, Simone Bamboo? Ashe, ashe, ashe. Does that make sense to y'all? And I know it sounds simple and I'm preaching to the choir, but do you do it? Answer that. Don't be embarrassed. Do you do it enough for you to start changing the makeup of your cells? Do you do it enough so when these new opportunities and these new things come to you, don't shake you to your core like that in another 5 or 10 months? Why? Because every day you've been trying to do it in another way, say it differently, change your cells and DNA. Do you practice talking to yourself differently so those fears don't turn into reality? That's a real question. And ain't nobody answering it, but that's okay. Hopefully you're answering it to yourself. That's what today is about, y'all. Enforce those rules on you in regards to this new moon information, these opportunities, these manifestations coming in. You understand? They want to get you to go somewhere. And remember, I said I wasn't going to talk too much astrology, but change needs to happen. Change needs to happen, as you already know. Okay? Let's keep it pushing. I see some people answering it, and thank you for your honesty, sexy override. Please, please, doing the resistance training. I love that K word 50. It's called resistance training. Oh, thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. I need to get my fan, y'all. Hold on. Oh, no, where is it? The resistance training for sure. Okay, so let's go to tomorrow. Tomorrow, this energy is going to be off of us. Okay. And by the way, you can always tap into that new moon energy. Again, right now in this moment, as soon as we get off of here, tap into that new moon energy and ask for the things that you want to come into your life by being quiet. And allow it to come in with no resistance. Okay, tomorrow the vibration is going to switch up because the moon is going into Gemini. By the way, if you're new here, you must know again, and it's worth repeating, why we kind of rally these weekly rundowns and or lead these weekly rundowns by the presence of the moon, because the moon handles emotion. It handles reactions to things. And oftentimes, if we're not clear on our reaction to things, it can domino and cause us to make decisions and choices that we're not necessarily clear on. So if we know tomorrow, for instance, that the moon is in Gemini, the transiting energy that surrounds us, not necessarily you, but the transiting energy that surrounds us is very communicative because it's Gemini. So everybody will feel the moon like talking a lot because it's Gemini. And if you know that you navigating yourself through the weather, right? If you know that you are just not in a talkative mood, maybe you can put some headphones on when you're in a public place. You see how we help to like combat any negativity and or challenges by just knowing what the energy is in that day? That's one simple example that can keep you away from a hellified argument. You know what I mean? I don't feel like talking. Well, fuck you. Well, fuck you too. Whatever. The point of the matter is that tomorrow, and again, just giving that example, tomorrow with the moon being in Gemini, yes, it's very communicative, but also information heavy. Gemini loves information. So how are you feeling in regards to the information that's around you, in regards to the information that you need? Now, this is important tomorrow too, because there are two aspects that will meet up with this information that's coming in. Also, the moon in Gemini deals with social activities. Will you feel social? Will you feel light and airy? Not necessarily wanting to talk about deep, emotional, heavy topics. You want to keep things light, almost sibling light. And I say that because Gemini deals with sibling energy, but sibling energy is always like one by one, side by side, equal. I can't find any other word to describe that. Spirit will give it to me if necessary. On equal playing grounds, right? Equal level grounds. So the emotions will be, how are you? How are you? Trying to meet people's emotional demands and or spaces and placements just like yours. You just want to match up to people's emotions tomorrow when the moon is in Gemini. It makes a lot of sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. Ask questions. That's a good one to ask for the group if you don't get it. Okay. But what's important about that moon in Gemini is you're feeling airy, you're feeling light, you're feeling sociable, you're feeling like you got a lot of information coming in or going out. You feel like you want to research, you feel like you want to talk, you want to write, you want to get some writing done. Any or all of those examples, they are all meeting up in a harmonious way with Pluto to make you feel powerful. So step into the field of getting it done, getting it done with mental acuteness and sheer determination. That's tomorrow. So, whatever it is that you feel like thinking about in regards to the information that's coming in, put some Pluto on that. Put some determination on that. Put some persuasion on that. Put some power behind it. Transform any ideas that need to come your way. Pluto again is also the bully, and Pluto is in extremes. So here's the thing about Pluto too. If today you don't feel like using your brain, tomorrow an extreme can happen. You can wake up going, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Now I want to get organized. Now I want to go up on the internet and do the things that I need to do and research the things and fill out these applications, these scholarships, these grants, these blah, 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 blah. Now I need to get my informational life in order. It can switch because Pluto helps that. Pluto is extreme, goes from 0 to 60. Makes sense? Tomorrow's a good day to step into that. Also, because that moon in Gemini is sextile in Mars. Mars is in Leo, remember? Move on ideas, thoughts, plans, and a courageous expectation. I know this is mine. I know I'm going to get this thing. I know. The reason why I love Leo energy so much, and I have Leo moon and rising and Venus, the reason why I love it so much is because it always puts me in the room for some reason whatsoever, whether it's the way I look, and I look more courageous than I am. Shit, and that is a public disclosure. At times, I can look a whole lot more courageous and confident than I am, but that's what Leo lion energy is all about. And we all got it somewhere, and we can all utilize it, especially when certain planets are in that vibration in the sky, i.e., Mars. Mars is in Leo right now, so we can all capitalize and move on this courageous field. Don't matter what, it does not matter. It don't matter. It doesn't matter what sign you are. We are all being prompted right now by Mars and Leo to be courageous, to have some expectations. Yes, yes, yes. To be a little fancy at times, to move with, oh, I like a little bit of luxury. I want to do it this way. I'm going to take the Uber Black instead of the regular Uber because, I want to get there in style. I'm going to move in style. By the way, Mars have to deal with cars too. So if you are trying to buy a car, maybe you're thinking, you know what? I don't want the sports version. I want the luxury version because I deserve that thing. So understand this tomorrow with that moon in Gemini sextile and Mars in Leo. Again, it's about being able to move with the inspiration that the moon in Gemini is given in a real courageous way and end up in the rooms where you don't even know how you got in it. That's the hangover part of this whole week. The new moon hangover, another part of it is that even though the new information and opportunities came in a little crunchy, now it's time to move. Now it's time to move. Now it's time to be determined. Now it's time to fake it while you make it, so to speak. This is a fake it till you make it kind of week, that's for sure. Because again, that lion, that Leo energy in Mars pulls up alongside freaking Oprah, pulls up alongside Samuel L. Jackson, pulls up alongside the best of the best and go, how you get here? My name is Sonja. What's up? And inside you're freaking out like, how the hell? Oh my God, that's Oprah. Oh my God, that's Michael Jackson. Oh my God. But you're there. You're in the place, you're in the room. Now what you gonna do? Hammer? Come on. This is the week. Move into the places and the spaces that these new opportunities are giving you and shine, even if you feel a little nervous about it. Even if you feeling like I'm shaking in my boots, even if you want to just pop in the bathroom for a little while, cry for a little while, get nervous, shake that fear off of you and go back into it like nothing happened. Are y'all following me? These are the moments right now where we have to fake. If you don't feel it, if you feel it, great. If you don't feel it, pretend you do, because these are the moments that cross us over the bridge into these new lifestyles that we want to live, these new partnerships that we want to be into, making different money. You understand? There got to be a moment. There's always one moment where you just close your eyes and take the fucking leap, regardless. Regardless. Okay? I can go on and on, but I won't. Wednesday, the moon stays in Gemini, and also Venus, the planet of money and love and beauty and value and worth, the planet of passion, of possessions. Venus goes into Aries until June 6th. Okay, just coming out of Pisces, which allowed us to concentrate in Pisces. It allows us to concentrate on compassion and being considerate. Excuse me, y'all. Let me get a little sip. Venus and Pisces allowed us to be a little considerate of others and even ourselves, bringing in the forgiveness and all. Well, on Wednesday, we're stopping that to join another train, because Venus in Aries says, okay, we got the compassion. We understand everybody is riding for us or whatever. Now it's time to go. Now it's time to move. Now it's time to excel and, or again, move on those passions. Move on the love that you said you had. I mean, there's some people that are sitting around. I'm gonna say that for myself, but there's some people that are sitting around crushing on people. Yes, crushing, like literal crushing on people, wanting to be with them. Oh my God, looking at their picture, being a little weird and stalking their pages and shit like that, wondering and daydreaming about what it would be like if I was with him, what it would be like if I was with her. And this is just an example, y'all. This ain't for everybody, right? But we're talking about Venus and love. Well, when Venus goes in Aries, it's time to drop into the DMs. It's time to text that person. It's trying to make them a phone, give them a phone call like we in the 90s again. All right, just ring them up. You know what I mean? Just ring them up. How about like we in the 80s? Because when you get a dial tone, or it's not a dial tone, when you get a little busy signal, that means the person's on the other line and you can't get to them. Y'all remember that in the 80s? When you get that signal, call back. Venus in Aries says, keep it calling, keep it going. Be very, very, very forceful and aggressive, Aries, about what you love, about your passion, about not the telephone man, Mr. Telephone Man. Be really, really forceful, sexy overrides funny. Be really, really forceful about that thing, about that love, about whatever it is you want. Also, Venus is money, y'all. You've been sitting around being a little patient about people giving you your coins. I mean, they said they was going to do this. They said they're going to give me an invoice. They said they're going to, well, round about Wednesday, Thursday, people getting a little impatient. Aries is very, very impatient. So when Aries, that vibration is with love, there's impatience that comes with getting your money and spending your money, by the way, on the underbelly of that thing. Don't spend too much. Don't spend too much that you don't have. I know I'm feeling that with my son graduating from college. How did that happen? I feel like there's a whole lot more money going out than it is coming in. That's for daggone sure. And here goes Venus and Aries saying, yeah, spend it. It's okay. We can spend it fast. We're going to make some more. Got this Cancer scared as fuck. Yes, Kamau is graduating from Morgan State University, everybody, on May 17th. Woohoo! Please send some love his way. And if you're that type of person where you want to donate a couple of dollars, I will drop his Cash App in my description. Would that help anybody? I mean, again, I'm not asking. This is just something, if some people are like that. Some people are just really, really sweet like that, like grandma, like coming over to your house with a pie. You're like, I ain't ask you for a pie. Well, baby, I thought you might want it. So some people may want to give Kamau $10 and say, buy some Chipotle or whatever. I'll drop his Cash App in my description box if you want to do that, okay? That would be so nice, and he'll be really, really surprised and grateful. I looked at the time. It was 4444. That's the ancestors saying, yep, give to my baby. Oh, I love that. Oh, that made me so hot and warm inside. So yeah. So Venus is going into Aries, like I said, till June 6th. So ride that thing out, play it out until it pops into Taurus. But also on Wednesday, the moon in Gemini is in conjunction with Jupiter. Say what? Say rock. Say what? Say city park. Say what? Yo, opportunities and options by speaking a good game, controlling the narrative, and or following the plan. Let me say that again. Here comes the opportunities. Here comes the blessings. Here comes the rewards from the blessings of the new moon. Here comes the things that want to show itself to you. Why? Because you speak in a new game, because you're utilizing the information that was brought to you, as much or as little as that information was, right? Why? Because you're controlling your own narrative. And that's kind of the information, or I should say the download that came through earlier. You stop yourself in the middle of a thought. Control your own narrative about yourself, about your day, about your self conversation, you dig? By following the plan. Is there a plan that you have in mind? Is there? That's a question. And sometimes a plan don't have to be a PowerPoint, y'all. For all the detailed, orientated, uber ambitious people, sometimes you can just write on a piece of paper, this is what I like to do, God. Thank you, Rob. How long has this been? I think I just said it, 46 minutes right now. But we're only on Wednesday, Jamila V. Okay? But do you have some semblance of a plan of what's going to happen next? That's a real question, y'all. Please answer me if you'd like to. Do you have some plan? Well, on Wednesday, again, that moon being in Gemini, Gemini is the energy of plans and messages and information, all the things is meeting up with Jupiter. You might want to get your plan down, because Jupiter says, I'm going to exasperate that thing. I'm going to make it bigger than big. I'm going to make it livelier than live. Sonia. Put the plan to not only to action, but put the plan inside yourselves. Put the plan inside. I know I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it like this. And then when I say, and if this doesn't happen, then I'm going to make, like, y'all hear what I'm saying? Without completing my sentences. This is my plan. These are my words. This is the information that I have for myself. I'm going to make it happen. I know I'm going to make it happen. And if I can't, let me ask somebody, because remember, Gemini is also about talk and communication. Let me get support. Let me ask people. We're not here by ourselves, y'all. Call on the folks. And hey, I'm going to say this real loud. If the first 3 people can't do it, ask the 4th. Don't take it hard. Don't take it too personal. People got shit going on. And not everybody is a friend like you. Not everybody's going to drop shit when somebody calls and says, I need a favor. Not everybody's going to do that, y'all. People are afraid right now and very, very desperate that their own shit is going to fuck up. So they don't have too much time to lend to yours. So if one person can't do it, the second, the third, ask a 4th person. Keep it moving in a detached kind of way and get them blessings on you. Get the support that you deserve. Does this make sense? That had to come through for somebody, if not for myself. But does that make sense? The goddess 40, 40, 40, 44, 444. She said she had to learn that thing. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one, because, again, we work ourselves up to even ask people Sometimes we don't even want to ask because our ego gets in the way, and our ego is like, nah, they got too many kids. Nah, they don't have a car. They only have a bike. They can't. No, their dad just died. No. And we talk ourselves out of the support when you don't know that sometimes people are waiting to get distracted with somebody else's shit so they can support you. You never know. You never know. Ask, speak this week like you know how dope you are. That's all I'm going to say. If you don't remember nothing out of this weekly rundown, remember that. And that Leo energy pushing us on, pushing us forward. What it is, y'all, press that like button on YouTube, please, and let YouTube know I'm doing my job. The more likes I get, I'm entered into this algorithm thing. And then some new people can join our situation. Not that little person that came in here asking for some weird ass reading thing, but some new solid folks, kindred folks. We want them. All right. Thursday, the moon goes over into Cancer. Don't we love when the moon goes into Cancer? We, meaning me. Yes, I do. Well, thank you, Sonja. I appreciate you saying that. No, thank you, Sonja. I appreciate you saying that. Why do you like when the moon goes into Cancer? Well, because we are Cancer and we like being comfy and home and filled to the rim and our belly with some comfortable food. We like to get family oriented. This is for everybody. When the moon is in Cancer, we love that feeling of being cozy with our beau, with our cat, with our dog, with ourselves, okay? And underneath our fluffy blankets. That's what happens when the moon goes into Cancer. That's a good day. You can always check the ephemeris or or the internet when you're planning a party. You always want to look at where the moon is going to be that day. Didn't y'all know that? Did y'all know that? You want me to give you some information about that? The best times to plan a really good party. Anybody want to know about that? While I take a sip and divert off the road for a little while, then I'll come back. Anybody want to know? Y'all want to know? When's a good time to plan a good party? When the moon is in a particular sign? Nobody? Or this thing lagging? Okay, D Stokes. She's the first one that said it, so I'm going to do it. Thank you, Christy. When the moon is in Sagittarius, when the moon is in Gemini, when the moon is in Leo, when the moon is in Aquarius, when you want to have like an intellectual kind of get together kind of feeling. Okay. And remember, squirrel, you can go online and look and just put in the Google bar, what sign is the moon in today? And somebody will tell you on one of them sites. Okay. So what did I say? The moon and I'm going down the zodiac in my mind. Gemini, Leo, Libra, even Aquarius, Sagittarius. I think that's all. That's all I said. Now, 2 or 3 signs, I think it's just 2 that you do not want to give a party on the day of was in the moon and Capricorn. Please don't do that. Because if you do, or possibly it can be a networking kind of party, because Capricorn energy loves to work. It loves to work. So it's like, if I'm coming to this party, I'm gonna have to meet up with somebody that I can get a scholarship from, a grant from. We can power up and make some money. Capricorn energy don't want to party. Okay. And Cancer too. Not unless it's a house party, not unless it's some, blankets sitting around and you can be cozy and feel comfortable. Y'all see where I'm going? I think is necessary to align the mood, the mode, the expression of the day with what it is you want, right? Does that make sense to you? And the best time absolutely is the moon in Sag, though. That's the top. I should do some memes on that shit. Oh, I need some help. In any case, some flyers, right? The best time to have a party. That moon in Sag is the best time. So watch out for that when I give these weekly rundowns, or like I said, you can research on your own. Thursday, with that moon being in Cancer and us feeling like grandmama and being all comfortable and wanting to eat a little bit too much, that moon in Cancer is going to square up against Neptune. So when we wake up, because that's in the morning, Neptune is in Aries, the moon is in Cancer, Cancer in Aries is a square. So confusion in the waking hours or a sleepless night. So be easy on yourself if you wake up Thursday morning not feeling too connected. Again, the moon being in Cancer is squaring off Neptune, which deals with confusion and delusion, ethereal things and psychic energy, intuition, our dream time. Neptune is about the intangible things that happen. But when it's adversely aspected, like a square, it could leave you a little deluded and feeling a little crazy. And there are a lot of people who like to be sharp and on their game, especially it's a Thursday, it's almost the middle of the week, and you're at work and you want to be able to prove that you're on your game. You want to impress your coworkers and your bosses. You want to be able to get a thing done. And then Thursday, you're just not in there. Like your brain just won't respond to the things that you know you need to do and you should have done yesterday. It's like it's a weird reconnection of neurons and stuff in the brain in order for you to see clearly. Also, you may even think that your intuitive prowess is a little bit off. That's possible. Meaning, like, my ticker is off. I knew something was wrong with that dude or that girl or that situation, but I didn't quite respond to it in the way that I should have. But I knew it, but I just couldn't see it clearly. Y'all feel what I'm saying, right? It's good to have crystals on you during those days. Always good to have crystals on you during those days. Always good to ground your feet. Hey, Chimpy. Always good to ground your feet in the earth on those types of days. This is Thursday, by the way, if anybody missed it. Okay, to ground, you take your shoes off and get into the grass real quick, to take the energy off of your head and put it right back in the earth. Go and hug a tree. Tell the tree, can you take this little nervousness off of me, this little confusion off of me? The tree will do it happily. Y'all, I love trees, if y'all didn't know. Okay, so that's Thursday. Watch out for that. Watch out for that. Oh, did I finish reading the thing? Confused when you wake up, right? Or sleepless nights. There's an urgency to intuit the next. You want to be able to intuit the next. You want to be able to hear God, hear your ancestors on that day. But again, it's really, really cloudy, and there's an urgency to do it because that Neptune, who deals with intuition, is in Aries that wants to move fast. So you can beat yourself up and go, gosh darn, Sonja, I know that. I know that that guy is no good. I know that I need to get some money from this person. But again, the signals are not coming clear, right? Please don't beat yourself up. Do yourself a favor, try to ground yourself, bring some prayer into the situation. At the very least, if you can, wait for the next day to give a decision on things. Nothing's going to happen without you, boo-boos, especially if it's for you. Okay, so you can pause on certain things when you feel unclear. Do y'all get that? Because a lot of us like to move into situations when it's presented, and we move out of desperation. We move out of thinking that if I don't jump on it this time around, that opportunity is not going to come again. That is far from the truth, in my opinion, anyway. Whatever's for you is for you. And you control your life. You control what you take in and what you don't. So on that day, if you're feeling like I'm not clear enough to make these decisions, just pause and say, let me get back to you tomorrow. Let me talk to you tomorrow. Let me talk to you on Friday. Or honestly, on Sunday or Monday. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Because Friday, Saturday, and Sunday got its own confusion going on where you may be like, oh, let me just go to bed for the whole weekend and then I'll wake up on Monday and let them know. If this information is resonating with you, please do me a favor and exchange some energy with me. Either come to my show on June 1st, July 6th, or August 10th. Or you can send me a small donation, a big donation, however big or small you want. Pray for a sister, you dig, or share this information, like share the links with your peoples, all right, and let them know it's this girl jabbering over here on YouTube and IG with a little bit of sense, I may add. On Friday, that moon stays in Cancer, okay? But this is why I said maybe you should talk to them another day, because that moon in Cancer is going to square up against Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication. Mercury is the planet of asking some things. It could be a lot of misunderstandings on that day, on Friday. So again, give yourself a break, and also ask questions. Because when the moon, the emotions, are squaring up against Mercury, what you're saying and what you're thinking, again, there's a misfiring of thought and reaction that's happening with you and everybody else around you. You get that, right? Y'all get that? Y'all understand that, budding students of astrology? So, in that knowing, it's best to either ask a bunch of questions so you can be clear, purposely speak slower so you are heard, take the pauses that are necessary so you decide on the words that you're speaking before they come out your mouth. Be assured so there's no misunderstanding. Because once you start talking and in that energy of Mercury being in Aries and it's flying, it's going, it's fast, it's first. Aries is first. Aries is the risk taker. Aries don't give a heck. Middle finger up to the light. It's like, whatever. This is what we're going to do. This is how I'm going to say it. I'm just saying, boo-boo, you might cut your nose off to spite your face. You might put your foot up under your own ass. I mean, I'm just saying. Take your time on that day. Okay. Also, Friday, Venus, the planet of value and worth and love and beauty and money, is conjuncting Neptune. So there's an opportunity that even though there's a misfiring of speaking that day, the communication that day is an opportunity that you don't see clearly neither. You don't see the value of what it is you want to communicate. You don't see the worth of the thing that you want to convey to another. You don't see the power behind it. You're not getting your money for it. You understand what I'm saying? This is Friday again, y'all. Venus conjuncting Neptune. And because they're in the same sign, there's a lot of love because, no, my bad. That's Aries. They're both in Aries. So it's fast moving in all the things, but the fast movement of value, Venus, the fast movement of Neptune, that's also in Aries, and that's the psychic energy, can make you miss steps. The baby always wants to know how to run before it can goddamn crawl. Y'all get that? That's what that feels like on Friday with Neptune conjuncting Venus. You want to move past the value and get the money for it. But hold on, you got to prove yourself just a little bit. This makes sense? Hopefully it does. And hey, how about this? Come back on YouTube, please, and drop some comments. I love going back and forth with folks throughout the week, if you didn't know that already, to see. And then also the comments help the algorithm as well. Let's be honest and real candid about that. And when we go back and forth, again, that's more activity on the page. But I want to know, how is this landing for you, though? I really, really, really do want to know because I care. On Saturday, the moon will be in Leo. Okay, we get out of that Cancer homey kind of feeling and we go into Leo. But with the moon being in Leo, it's going to quincunx 3 important planets, which makes it another day for it to be a little confusing, a little irritating, just not sure. So again, you might not want to ask people on Saturday either. You might want to keep things very, very simple in how you communicate, because the moon in Leo wants to quincunx. That's an irritation, by the way. The quincunx aspect is like an irritation. It wants to quincunx Uranus, which is about change. It wants to quincunx Saturn, which is about your disciplines and the rituals that you are doing in order to upkeep your new life, your new way of being, your new job, your new love, whatever it is. Where's the discipline? Where's the boundaries on that thing? I don't know. I'm irritated by my boundaries. Okay. That moon in Leo also wants to quincunx Neptune. Neptune's getting hit this week. So as we are moving forward and we stepping into the room, we're a little cloudy by that thing sometimes too. We're not too sure, but at the same time, Neptune is all about spirit. You might not be too sure as a human, but you are absolutely sure what your ancestors and your guides are doing. And sometimes you just got to give it up to them. When you are confused this week, just give it up. Surrender. I don't want to talk to you right now because I got to go into prayer. I don't have an answer, a choice, or an opinion right now because I got to go into prayer. I got to talk to them. I got to give it up to them. I got to take it off the human and give it up to them. That's what Neptune is all about. Irritation to change in order to discipline the dreams that you could barely see. Wow. That's all of that in a nutshell. That was a good one, Sonja. Thank you, Sonja. I appreciate that. With the moon quincunx in Uranus, the moon quincunx in Saturn, the moon quincunx in Neptune. I'm going to read that again. Irritation comes about on Saturday when you need to change something about yourself, something's going on in your life, in order to become disciplined in regards to the dreams that you want to do. But you can barely see them joints. The dreams that you are almost seeing are making themselves appear. They're making themselves, they're becoming more physical. They're not all the way there yet. So we get irritated by that thing. Why should I change if I can't see the dream yet? Why should I change if the money is not here yet? I filled out an application for this and that, and I'm already spending the money, but it ain't even here yet. It's an irritation, it's frustration around that thing on Saturday. Please don't let it happen for you. Stay in the dream state. Stay in the knowing state. Stay in the surrender, that spirit and your guides, your ancestors got you. That little quincunx thing is temporary. It's like a little gnat in your ear that just wants to distract you and get you off your game. Don't let it. Don't let it. Just know that that distraction is there to let you know that there's a higher power that's taking care of it. And oftentimes you just got to give it up. And do that physically. Just be like, I have no idea. I'm just giving it up. I'm just giving it up. That's for God. That's Saturday. Sunday, that moon stays in Leo. If you have any questions, please do so. Drop that thing right now before we go into this card for the week. I'd love to answer some questions. And I'd love to know if this information is hitting you in a way in which would be helpful. Yeah, please drop that in the comments as well. Sunday, the moon will be in Leo, but Pluto, our power, Pluto, determination, Pluto, persuasion, Pluto, our need to transform and to make our lives better than it was, goes retrograde until October 13th of this year. Pluto is going to slow down. Now, if you don't notice, though, if you're an astrology student, especially to the village, you will notice that the summertime is, sexy override? Yeah. The summertime is usually a time when big planets, for some reason, I haven't really dipped into it too deeply, but I started to notice it like 2 years ago, is when the big planets like Saturn and Neptune and Pluto and Uranus, they all start to go retrograde. It's really, really interesting. And maybe that lends to the slowed down feeling during the summer most of the time. Like we feel like our summers are lazy. You know what I mean? Maybe that's how things flourish, where everything is not moving too fast, but it's moving at a gradual pace because certain energies are going backwards. You see where I'm trying to go, y'all? Y'all following my brain? I'm just trying to think of why big planets like Pluto and a couple of others they usually go retrograde during the summertime. I know it's for a reason because God is good like that, great like that. The universe is perfect. So that sense of needing to push and be determined, it's going to slow down for a little bit. But it doesn't mean that you don't have the energy to excel, because Mars is going to keep going forward. Your action planet, your feet, your legs, right? That's Mars. It's going to keep moving forward. You just may not have as much inner propulsion as you want, the passion, the determination, that thing behind it that says, we're going to win, get to the top. Sometimes we don't need all of that. Sometimes it could be a little bit too much, like coming in too hot. Spirit likes to regulate all of that thing there. Make sense to everybody? So Pluto is going to go retrograde until October 13th, Sunday. The sun will square the moon. Ooh, that's always a gnarly kind of situation because the sun is ego and the moon is feelings. And somebody always gets the feelings hurt when the moon squares the gosh darn sun. Make sure it's not you. And because it's in Taurus, the sun, and the moon is in Leo, respectively, it's like, it's a stubborn kind of standoff, right? It's wanting to be right. That's where the ego fight and misunderstanding can come from on Sunday. So watch that. Also on Sunday, the moon in Leo is trining Mercury. Oh, okay. Back to that point about talking, maybe that's the day. If you can't talk to the person about what happened earlier that week on Thursday or Wednesday, when the confusion started to come in, maybe Sunday is the day, because Mercury, the planet of communication, will be easily aspected. That's a beautiful thing. However, if you can't get them on the phone on Sunday, the very least you can do is do what? Plan. Write the things down. Thank you, Mickey Filler. I appreciate that $7 for my 7770. Did y'all know that's when I was born? 7770, 7 pounds and 11 ounces. So that number 7 always resonates with me. Thank you, Mickey. So yeah, wait for Sunday to do that. Sunday's a good day to write. Sunday's a good day to get it down. Get it down on paper, get it out, get the expressions out of your body so you can kick off the next week in a whole new vibration. Make sense to y'all? Questions? Anybody? I hope this was a good rundown for you. It felt really clear and clean to me, and I'm glad to be finished within an hour and 15 minutes or so, because I've been going longer than I need to in the last couple of weekly rundowns. I feel like I said at the top of this, that I have to give y'all some little bit more nugget information so it's easily understood. I'm good for constructive feedback, for sure. If y'all want to give me some constructive feedback and how you like to hear these messages, please drop them in the comments with love and respect, please. And I'll consider it. I really, really will. All right. Questions, anybody? While I say a quick prayer. And hi, Miss Patty K. I say a quick prayer and pick this card for us for the week, okay? Ooh. Thank you. Thank you. Show us the energy and the vibration away on us all. To focus on this one. Bring us to the things that we need. We deserve it. Thank you for this day. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so very much. So very much. So very much. So very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Boom. Ooh, 2 came out. 1 or 2, y'all. What should I read? 1 or 2? 1 or 2. They slid out both at the same time. Should I read 1 or 2? 1 or 2. I'm going to give y'all the options. Blessings to you, sweet lady. D. Stokes said 2. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. Think and Be Well said 2. 2. Oh, man. K. Welly. Ooh, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. I really want to know how to pronounce that. Kweli. Can you give me the phonetics of that? Because that spells so dope. Like, I want to hear it in my head. Okay, 2 it is. Judy said 2. Copper said 2. Irenetta said 2. Quaker? That's how you pronounce it? Oh, no, she took that off. Deja said 2. What up, Deja? Sexy Override said 2. Okay, Miss Sonj said 2. Doctor said 2. Reed Bo said Duchess Plum. What up, Tip Tip? Okay, 2 it is. Because they definitely Quali, Quali, like Quali. Oh, like Quali, like the MC Quali. Okay, got it. Talib Quali. Got it. I was reading that all wrong. I was reading it so different in my head. All right, we got 2 down, face down. We're going to read the 2 because they came out together. So obviously we got to go with the crowd, right, Duchess Plum? First one up, understanding, y'all. I like this card. Please keep in mind that there are a whole bunch of birds at the top of this card right here, right? And this is the one bird that's in question in regards to the understanding. And I'm going to read in this little description that there are bars in which this bird is coming up out of. It was a self-proclaimed cage that this bird has put himself in. And now he's coming up out of the cage. Is that you? with a little bit of understanding, knowing who you are. Is that you? Are you being convinced this week of who the F you are? Is that you? We kind of talked on that. We kind of said you got to end up in there with Oprah. Like, I don't know how I got here, but let that Leo Mars bring you up in there. Ow. Does that make sense? Come on, Talib Kweli. Kweli. All right. Understanding, and then we'll read the other one, and then we'll be out. Out. Bada boom, bada bang. The bird pictured on this card is looking out from what seems to be a cage. There is no door. And actually, the bars are disappearing. The bars were an illusion. That's that Neptune shit I was just talking about. The bars were an illusion. And this small bird is being summoned by the grace and the freedom and the encouragement of others. It is spreading its wings, ready to take flight for the very first time. The dawn of a new understanding that the cage has always been open, y'all, and the sky has always been there for us to explore. It can make us feel a little shaky at first. It's fine and it's natural to be shaky, but don't let it override and overshadow the opportunity to experience the lightheartedness and adventure on offer right there alongside the shakiness. Did we not just talk about some semblance of this? Move with the sweetness and the gentleness of this time. Feel the fluttering within. Spread your wings and be free. If you got to fake it till you make it, if you got to push through the bars, if you got to tell Neptune, yo, chill out, man. I know you're trying to confuse me. I know you're trying to get spirit, but I'm a little get spirit on my side and hear the things that's coming through. And I'm a little confused right now, but I'm still going to close my eyes and I'm going to go forward. I got to talk to my peoples on the other side and see what they see. Y'all get what I'm saying? But you got to still go. You got to still go because the birds are waiting for you. Everybody's waiting for you. Everybody is waiting for you. Okay? Did y'all get that? Did that land? D. Stokes says that card feels good. Here's number 2. I knew this was coming out because I felt it. Healing. Who got to heal through this last little piece of... Now, here's the deal. Y'all do know, I know that. Y'all do know because I've said this a couple of times. We are always healing. To our last breath, we will be healing some things in our lives. We never, ever, 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 ever stop getting better, right? But there are times in our lives where we heal through specific things. And there are times in our lives where we heal like, this is the example and the analogy that wants to come up for me. And I think I was talking about it this weekend. It's almost like being a freshman again. All of a sudden, you was a senior last year. You was a senior last week. You was the top of your class. You knew all the things, all the people. But then when you heal through some things, you start manifesting new opportunities that can bring you to that next level. And now you're a freshman again. Does that make sense? And sometimes people are afraid to be freshmen. Do y'all get that? Sometimes people don't want to start all over or be the new kid on the block or the one that has to, survive another learning curve. Does that make sense? But we got to heal through every level, every layer that we are met with in order to be that freshman of life again. Because that's what? Evolution, boo-boos. You can't dodge evolution. I'm trying to resurrect this poem that I used to have back in the day. And I might do that at the world stage if y'all want to hear it in its entirety. It goes something like evolution. Find one's mind within the stiffness of that ass. Reduce the tension. Increase the magic. Listen to life and what it has to offer or simply mention. Change with colorful stories of heartache and pain. Skunk convention. But no bright light transcends through thick fog in search of God. Evolution. Evolution, healing, keep going. It is time when the deeply buried wounds of the past are coming to the surface, ready and available to be healed. The figure in this card is not naked. I'm sorry, the figure in this card is naked, vulnerable, open to the love and touch of existence. The aura around his body is full of light, and the quality of relaxation, caring, and love that surrounds him is dissolving his struggle and suffering. Lotuses of light appear on his physical body and around the subtle energy bodies that healers say surround each of us. In each of these subtle layers appears a healing crystal or pattern. When we are under the healing influence of the King of Water, we are no longer hiding from ourselves or others. In this attitude of openness and acceptance, we can be healed and help others to also be healthy and whole. Ashe. There you go, y'all. There you go, yo. There you go. There you go, yo. There you go. I posted on my Instagram page. By the way, I have an artist page too. If you don't want to get on my mailing list for my newsletter, go to my artist page as Sonja Marie Writes. My first name is spelled with the J, and the Writes part is WRITES. I'd love for you to join that page, as I will make it strictly about creative endeavors. But I was saying this weekend about, oh, shucks. Premenopause. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And there you have it, folks. It ain't coming back. Don't y'all hate that? Anybody have premenopause? Gosh damn it. It was a good. I'm really trying to wait. It ain't coming. Oh. Please don't laugh at me. Now I'm sweating because I'm nervous. I want to get the goddamn message. Spirit, what was it? Talking about healing, talking about, I don't know, y'all. It left. I might, thank you. God loves me. I put up this little meme or whatever flyer on my Instagram page. Again, I have two pages, the artist page and Wordlife Sonja Marie. And it was so profound that I had to post it. I jacked it from somebody and posted it, reposted it. But it says something, I'm paraphrasing, as to the healing comes when you sit in it, right? You can't get distracted by the pain. You can't run from the pain. You can't try to fix the pain. Sometimes you have to sit in it. That's when the healing comes, when you sit in it. When you sit in it. And when you sit in it, it loses its grip. When you try to distract yourself, when you take all the things to coat it, I was laughing with my sister today, like, it's premenopause, I can't even drink alcohol the way I used to. I'm like, where are all my vices going? When all the vices start to disappear and you're asked to sit in that thing, that's when the problem and or the challenge, the thing that you was running from healing, it loses its grip. Because now you're just sitting there. You're not fighting against it. You're not resisting it. You're not giving it excuses. You're not coating it with weed and a whole bunch of copious amounts of brownies and gosh darn alcohol and all the things in order to get away from the pain of healing it. Sometimes it's good to just sit. And we think we have to do so much when it comes to healing. We have to spend the thousands of dollars, to get the sound bowls and to do it. Don't let them people, them capitalistic minded people get you like that. Please don't, because the healing is within you. We just help with tools, but you do the work, you do the healing. And oftentimes it's just about staring at the thing, looking at it in its face going, okay, what do you want now? What are we going to do now? Why are you here? Without having any reaction to it. And it'll get upset in its way. The energy will start to move because you're not resisting it, and it'll fall off. So do yourself a favor this week in trying to get to some type of understanding. Sit in it. Sit in whatever needs to be sat in for a moment or two a day, 15 minutes a day, so you can feel yourself growing through it and getting bigger than your problems and your challenges, because you are. You just need to convince yourself of that. All right, by watching it fall away. I'm out of here, y'all. I got things to do. I pray your day is awesome, and I pray your week is better than you ever expected it. All right, just keep moving forward. Keep being that light for yourself first. All right? Okay, adios. Peace, everybody.